Throws. To throw the opponent, hold the joystick towards or away and then press Fierce Punch. Some characters can also throw with the strong, forward, or roundhouse buttons. Let's get this straight, throws are really good in ST. They have pretty good range, they do good damage, and they can be very hard to avoid sometimes, even when you know they're coming. The good news is that you can soften a throw to reduce the damage you would take by half. To soften a throw, you must execute your own throw within 13 frames of you getting thrown. That means that within 13/60ths of a second after you get thrown, you must hold left or right on the joystick or D-pad, and then press strong, fierce, forward, or roundhouse. There's a couple of things you can't soften. You can't soften the damage from special throws, such as Zangief's Pile Drive or T-Hawk's Cyclone, or Vega's off-the-wall throw. You also cannot soften holds, such as Dulcine's Noogie or Blanca's Bite. You can wiggle the joystick and press the buttons rapidly to get out of these holds quicker, though. Before I move on, I just want to emphasize again that throws are a very big part of this game, because they can be so hard to get out of. Let's look at these really dangerous examples. Here you can see Zangief doing stand short into his spinning pile drive. And here you can see Balrog doing his headbutt over and over to Bison. These are both very difficult situations to get out of. Picking secret characters. At first glance, there are 16 characters in Super Turbo, but each of these characters has an alternate version. These alternate versions are from Super Street Fighter II, the version just before Super Street Fighter II Turbo. They are usually referred to as the super versions of the characters, or the old versions. The old characters don't have super meters, so they can't perform super moves. They also cannot soften throws when they get thrown, which means they will always take full damage from throws. In exchange for these drawbacks, the old characters have minor advantages such as slightly faster movement or moves. Most old characters aren't worth bothering with, though. The best old character, and one of the best characters in the entire game, is Old Sagat. Another honorable mention is Old Ken. To pick Old Sagat, move the character selection box to Sagat, then press the jab button. Immediately after that, input the command up, down, up on the joystick, then press jab again. If you forget that code, you can just violently wiggle the stick up and down a lot and then press jab, and that should work too. You'll hear Tiger if you did it right. To pick Old Ken, move the character selection box to Ken, then press the jab button. Immediately after that, input left, right on the joystick, and then press jab again. Again, you can just wiggle the stick left and right quickly if you forget the code, and then press jab, and that'll work too. Also, if you press jab and short at the same time at the end of the code instead of just jab, you'll get a very slightly different color costume. For example, Ken's gi will be slightly pink instead of red. In addition to the 16 regular characters and the 16 old characters, there is one more character, one of the most deadly characters in all of fighting games. He's called Akuma. I'll show you how to pick him, but he's banned in all tournaments in the United States, so there's not much point in practicing him. But anyway, if you want to play him, here's how to pick him. First, move the character selection box to Ryu, and then wait 3 seconds. Then move the box to T-Hawk, and wait another 3 seconds. Then to Guile, and wait. Then to Cammy, wait another 3 seconds. And then move it back to Ryu. 3 seconds after that, press all 3 punch buttons and start at the same time. And you should probably mash all 3 punch buttons and start many times quickly, because if you miss it the first time, you still have a half second to input those commands. Okay, that's it for the beginner section of the tutorial.